Hi, I'm Megan and welcome to my kitchen. Today's video is part of a casserole collab hosted by Sarah over at Sarah's Realm. I'll link Sarah's channel as well as the collab playlist in the description box below. As soon as you're done watching my video, be sure to check out the playlist for lots of other delicious casserole recipes. If you're coming to my channel from the playlist, welcome. I do weekly grocery hauls and what's for dinners and other foodie content as well. I hope you enjoy this video and that you'll consider subscribing to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber or viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. I've got two recipes for you today, a cheesy hot dog tater tot casserole and the Pioneer Woman's chicken spaghetti. Okay, let's get into these recipes. For this casserole collab, I really wanted to try a brand new casserole recipe, and I was scrolling through Pinterest. I saw this cheesy hot dog tater tot casserole and it intrigued me. And the reason for that is because I love the chili cheese tots and the chili cheese coney from Sonic. I don't know what they do to it, but they are so yummy. And this recipe to me looked like the combination of the two. And so I really wanted to give it a try. Here are the ingredients that you'll need. You'll need some shredded cheddar cheese, tater tots, and I'll include the recipe in the description box below. I am having the recipe. You'll need some hot dogs, some crushed red pepper flakes, and if you're afraid of spicy food, I mean, you can leave it out, but to be honest, I really couldn't even taste it in here. It was such a small amount. The recipe calls for diced onion. I didn't feel like chopping up an onion, so I just used minced onion. You'll need some chili. You can use chili with beans or without, whatever your preference is, some Worcestershire sauce, and ketchup. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees and then I sprayed my baking dish with some cooking spray. In this bowl, I'm going to add in my chili. Now, the recipe calls for a 15-ounce can of chili, and again, I'm having the recipe. But the hot dog chili sauce that I have was only 10 ounces, so I'm using that, and then 5 ounces or about half the can of this other chili. So I'm just going to add that in there. Next, I'm going to add in my hot dogs, so I'm just going to slice these and then add them to the bowl. Then I'm going to add in the Worcestershire sauce. Then I'm going to add in the minced onion. And like I said, the recipe does call for a diced onion. You can use either or. If you don't like onion, you can just leave it out. Then I'm going to add in the crushed red pepper flakes. And like I mentioned earlier, this really didn't add a lot of heat. I couldn't really taste it. So if you like spicy food, you can add more. But if you don't like it, you can just leave it out. Then I'm going to add in the ketchup and stir that around until it is well combined. Next, I'm going to add that chili hot dog mixture to my greased casserole dish. Then I'm going to add on some of the shredded cheddar cheese. Next, I'm going to add my tater tots, and you just want to make sure that you add these in a single layer. I baked this for about 30 to 40 minutes or until the tater tots were nice and crispy. I removed this from the oven, added the remaining shredded cheddar cheese, and cooked it for another 10 minutes. And here is the casserole out of the oven. I just allowed it to cool for about 10 minutes before serving it. And here's the casserole plated up. I served it this night with a side salad for dinner. Now, you all saw what went into this. This is not by any means, a fancy meal or organic and super healthy. That's just not it. But what this is really quick and easy to put together. It's very budget friendly. And if you and your family like chili cheese dogs and you like tater tot casseroles, then I think you'll like this. So if you're looking for just, a good comfort food that is easy to put together and that your family will enjoy, I recommend you give this a try. Next up, I'm making the Pioneer Woman's chicken spaghetti. I've made this several times in the past, but it's been a while, so I wanted to go ahead and share it in this casserole collab. Here are the ingredients that you'll need. You'll need some spaghetti, and this will need to be broken into pieces. And I forgot to mention this, but I'll include the recipe for the chicken spaghetti and the tater tot casserole in the description box below. Next, you'll need some chicken broth. I'm just using some water and some chicken bouillon. You'll need some pimentos drained, cream of mushroom soup, some Lowry seasoned salt, cayenne pepper, salt and pepper. You'll need some cooked chicken. This is just shredded chicken that I made and had in my freezer. I thawed it. I have a separate video that shows you how I make my shredded chicken. I'll include that in the description box below. You'll need some diced onion and some diced bell pepper. Now, the recipe does call for green bell pepper, but I'm not a big green bell pepper fan, so I tend to buy either red or yellow, so I'm just using what I have on hand. To get started, I have the oven preheating to 350 degrees. I have cooked my spaghetti according to the package instructions. I've drained it and set it aside. In this large bowl, I'm going to add in my cream of mushroom soup. And if you're not a cream of mushroom soup fan, you could use cream of chicken, or probably the cheddar cheese soup would probably be really good in this as well. I'm going to add in my finely diced onion and bell pepper. I'm going to give that a toss. Then I'm going to add in my shredded cheese, then the shredded chicken. Then I'm going to add in this seasoned salt. Now, I will say this. I've made this several times, and you really do have to be careful with the salt here. The recipe calls for Lowry seasoning salt and pepper. But you already have the cream of chicken or mushroom soup, which has salt in it. You have the cheese, which has salt in it. You're adding chicken broth, which a lot of times has salt in it. So just be very, very cautious with the salt. I only add a little bit of the Lowry seasoning salt. I don't add any additional salt. I do add pepper. I would caution you to go easy on the salt, taste it. You can always add more if you feel like it needs it. I've added in the drained pimentos, the chicken broth, the cayenne pepper, and just do that to taste, the black pepper, and the cooked spaghetti noodles. I'm going to stir that together until it's well combined. Place that into my greased casserole dish. Spread that out until it's an even layer. Then I'm going to top that with the remaining shredded cheddar cheese, and then bake this for about 45 minutes. And if the cheese starts to get too brown, you can cover this with foil. And here's the finished casserole out of the oven. I like to let this sit for about 5 to 10 minutes just to cool down a little bit before I serve it. And then here are the plates. So we have some of the casserole and then green beans. These are leftover green beans that I had from the night before. This is Mandy in the Makings recipe, which I'll include a link to her video in the description box below. My husband and I are not big fans of green beans at all, but we actually really enjoy this recipe. They're delicious, so I recommend you give this a try, as well as the casserole recipe. And that's it. Be sure to check out Sarah's channel as well as the collab playlist in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, hit the thumbs up button below and subscribe to my channel. Have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.